Early in the PlayStation 5's life, most of its games were also PS4 titles. It was hard to buy one due to the pandemic, and its potential had not been realized. So, has the PlayStation 5 acquired a collection of exclusives normal for consoles its age? Has it gone down in price? Has it lived up to Sony's promises? And is the PS5 worth the purchase now? Let's get on with it. The PlayStation 5 was originally shown off in two 2020 Summer Game events. There, Sony talked about their vision for console gaming, one where consoles would still be divided by a hard generational line, and a new era where games will be built for the blistering fast PS5 SSD and DualSense controller. In Sony's own words,
"At PlayStation, we believe in generational transitions."
A contrast to Xbox's advertised cross-gen focus. Under that strategy, Microsoft will continue to launch their first-party games on the last generation Xbox for at least 2 years. This comparison led gamers to expect the vast majority of first-party titles to be PS5 exclusive, unlike Xbox. But something wasn't right. During the June showcase, Sony withheld information about which, if any, other games would be created for both PS5 and PS4. This is a problem because it means those games were built to run on PS4 as a baseline, limiting the potential of the PS5 version. But that was just the beginning. From then on, a variety of games initially believed to be built from the ground up to take advantage of the PS5 would later be revealed as PS4 games, such as Resident Evil Village, Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, and God of War Ragnarok. Even games that were initially PS5 exclusive would later be revealed as coming to PS4, like Godfall and Jedi Survivor. This surprised many because in previous generations, a large number of AAA games would launch exclusively for the new console, with only some games being cross-gen. This meant current-gen features like the PS5's SSD would not be used to its full potential, as games were developed to run on the PS4 hard drive. So what gives? Doesn't Sony want to sell its new console? If all you need is a PS4 for most games, why waste money on a PS5? While Sony has attempted to address this issue by buying up multiple studios like Bungie and Firesprite, allowing them to develop more games simultaneously, it's been many years since its launch, and the PS5 is still suffering from an extended cross-gen period. Sony's generational divide did not pan out the way gamers initially believed. But the good news is, the more time that passes, the less games that come to last-gen consoles like the PS4. When it comes to price, all previous consoles like the PS3, PS4, and Xbox One will get cheaper as they age, especially after they've been out for 3 years. Well, what about the PS5? Is buying a PS5 cheaper now than it was a couple years ago? Unfortunately, the PS5 has actually gone up in price from its original launch MSRP in most territories. Sony has made changes to their manufacturing, but to most consumers, the PS5 sold today is pretty much the same as the PS5 from launch. Sure, now you can buy a digital-only version and attach a disc drive to it, and the console is now slightly slimmer, but these are mostly insignificant changes that do not warrant a price increase to most consumers. Okay, so the price has gone up a bit, but what about Sony's original promise? How new games will be designed from the ground up for the PS5's SSD and DualSense controller, how games will load instantaneously, stream incredibly high detailed assets, and how you'll be able to sense digital worlds in high fidelity with the controller. Well, it's a mixed bag. While most third-party games do not take full advantage of the PS5 SSD nor the DualSense, certain first-party games do a standout job like Returnal, Astro's Playroom, and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. If you want a PS5 for multi-platform games, you largely won't be seeing this level of commitment to the PS5 feature set. So, is the PS5 worth the purchase? Yes and no. If you're the type of consumer that plays games like Minecraft, Roblox, and Fortnite, then the PS5 is not going to do much for you because you can play all those games on the far cheaper PS4. If you're the type of gamer who needs the highest fidelity gaming at the highest frame rates, then a gaming PC will be best. But if you're the type who values playing Sony exclusives day one, on the platform they were originally built for, then the PS5 is the best option, as PlayStation games often take 1 or 2 years to arrive on PC. When compared to the Xbox, the PS5 gets more games, has a unique controller with great features, but is lacking a Series S price alternative, Xbox games day one, and Game Pass. All in all, if you're looking for a new home console, the PS5 is the safest option. But be wary, the PlayStation 5 Pro has been in internal development for years and is due to come out sometime 2024 or 2025, so you may want to wait to get the best PlayStation before you pull the trigger.